Welcome! In this video, we will explore how to create a hot text item for a school city assessment. Hot text items are used when you want students to click directly on a phrase or a sentence out of a selected text as the answer. So let's take a look at how to build it and what that looks like for students. To start out, I have already started building my assessment. So I've gone into create an assessment and I've titled it. I have chosen my subject. Uh, Now I can move on to the filters tab and start adding in my standards. Or if I'd like, I can actually just start creating some items right from this page. To do that, you're going to locate the Create button in the upper right-hand corner. Drop it down and let's create an item. Every time you create an item, you need to be mindful of two things. The first thing is where you are saving the work that you're creating. That's called your workspace. Every teacher has their own individual workspace called My Workspace. That is where you want to save items that you create for your own assessments that you give just to your class. If you are part of a PLC or you are a school level user and creating assessments for PLC groups or for an entire school, then you would want to save those items in those spaces. I want to make sure to give my item a name. This is purely to help me be able to find it later on. No item in School City can have the same name, so I need to make sure that it is distinct. To help me do that, I usually start with the title of my assessment. So this assessment is called Moving Beyond. And then I usually add in what question number, like question 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth. However, since we're focused on creating hot text items, I am going to just label this question HT for hot text. I need to pick my subject. We'll go with ELA today. And then I will choose my grade level. Let's go. I'm going to skip the course group and course sections. They are not necessary. However, I cannot skip item type. Click on that and drop it down until you find the item type that you want. I'm going to be using hot text. You'll notice the O at the end. That means this is an online item only. If I use this on an assessment, the assessment cannot be printed on paper. I'm going to go ahead and click that. And I'm going to scroll on down. Now, if I need to put a passage in here, I can add a passage. It will show up on the left side of the screen for students. However, since hot text asks them to click directly on the passage, I'm going to put my passage in here. So we'll put both my question and my passage in this question box. Let's see. Select the line as a simile. So we'll do a question about figurative language here. I'm going to grab my text and add that in there. Now at this point, this is where hot text can become a little challenging. We have to tell the computer which lines are going to be our choices that we want students to select. Okay? We do that by adding these opening and closing brackets to those lines. So I'm just going to pick 4 lines. I'll want this opening. My first choice, I'll make this Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. So I'm going to have an opening. It's going to be HTI here. And then instead of the number sign, I'm going to put number 1 because it'll be choice number 1. And then I'll need to put the closing in as well. So that marks for the computer where the end of choice one. So choice one starts here and ends here. Let's pick another line that we want. I'm just going to go ahead and copy this. All right. Opening again. Let's make this choice 2. I'm going to make this one choice 3 and this one choice 4. Make sure to take out those number signs and actually put in my choices. And now go back and select my closing. Item 2, 3, and number 4. And if you only wanted to have 2 or 3 options for them to select, you can do that as well. It's up to you to decide how many they need. Okay. And just as a matter of good assessment creation, I have my directions here. Select the line that is a simile, and I'm going to help students out by taking that keyword simile, and I'm going to bold it and underline it for them. All right. Now, how many possible points? I can make this a 1-point item, a 2-point item. I'm going to keep it as a 1-point item at this point. And now I want to hit this button that says Generate Identifiers. Look at that. That means it worked well, right? It highlighted for me now. Oh, that's going to be choice 1. That's going to be choice 2, 3, and 4. If you have any errors in your hot text identifiers, when you click that Generate Identifiers, it will let you know. Okay. Now I have to tell the computer which one is the correct answer. So where is my simile? There we go. Click number 3, and now I can go on next to oh, didn't like my name. Everything has to have a common name. So let's put question 2. If I like that one. Well, update my identifiers. Save it again. Save successfully. Now I can move on. All right, now it takes me to the next tab, which is the Add Standards tab. It's always a good idea to add your standards. When doing so, you want to make sure that you're always selecting their Arizona state standards. So I'm going to go ahead and dig into and choose a standard around literal and non-literal language. Okay. Moving on. Now it'll take me to my Properties tab. This Properties tab, properties can be added for entire assessments or they can be added for individual items. We recommend, since most of these are universal tools that you would be applicable on all items, we recommend that you go ahead and add that to your whole assessment, and that means we can skip adding them on to individual items. A step you might not want to skip is adding in a little information about your item, including Bloom's taxonomy. You can put that in if you'd like, depth of knowledge if you'd like, or any other properties. There's a whole bunch of things that you can put in. If you want to put in the copyright for the poem we have, you can welcome to do that as well. None of those things are required in order to create the item. I hit the next button to move on to the last piece. Now is the Preview and Publish tab. This allows me to take a look at the item. It allows me to check the properties. Did I put in the subject? Did I put in the grade? Did I tie it to a standard? That all looks good. I'm going to go ahead and publish. I can publish the item and stay on this screen, or I can publish and exit the item creation screen. So I'm going to click publish and exit. Again, I want to tell it to save it in my workspace. The nice thing about this is that it will now automatically add it to the assessment that I'm creating. So if I go to the Items tab, I can scroll down and find that this new item I just created is now in my assessment as one of my selected items. Okay. If you're curious, since this is an online item only, and you want to know what does this look like for students when they take the assessment, you can go ahead and go over to this Summary tab. And as soon as these buttons load, you can click Online Preview. And here you can see exactly what kids will see when they see the assessment. So select the line that is a simile. They can pick that one. Oh, it won't let me pick another one. So I'll have to deselect it and choose the correct answer. To get out of the online preview, find the yellow button in the upper right-hand corner for Exit Online Preview, and that will take you right back to your assessment. In this video, you learned how to create a hot text item. We hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day.